From the DCU Center in Worcester, it's Mass Pirates football. Tonight, the 5-2 Pirates host the defending National Arena League champion Jacksonville Sharks, who come in with a mark of 4-3. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mick Mottinghoff, joined by Arena League quarterback J.J. Ratterink. Glad you're with us on NESN tonight. And J.J., these teams met in Week 2. The game was not decided until the final 8 seconds when the Pirates pulled out a victory. The way these teams have been playing since, we should expect another great game here tonight.
I think we're in for a treat tonight. I think we're going to see the same thing we saw in Week 2. You've got Massachusetts, who's undefeated at home. You've got Jacksonville riding a 3-game winning streak. Both teams seem to be really finding their stride at this point in the season. This should be really exciting.
Now, you mentioned this point of the season. It is Week 8 in a 16-game schedule, so we're at the halfway mark. What have we learned about the Pirates through the first half of the season?
Even though the Pirates are in their first year of existence, they're not playing like an expansion team. They're 5-2, they're towards the top of the standings, and they should be. One of the big reasons, you've got Devin Brown. Devin Brown's leading the team in receiving yards and touchdowns. He's just one of the many weapons and explosive players that they have, both on offense and then obviously on defense. They've got some very talented skill players back there. Made a lot of plays for them so far.
It's going to be a great one. Jacksonville taking on the Pirates. We'll come back with the opening kick in just a moment, right here on NESN.
Massachusetts Pirates football is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspiretsfootball.com today.
Are you plagued with pain? Feel uncomfortable doing normal everyday things? At Inbalance Chiropractic and Wellness, we strive to keep you in optimal health. Through the use of chiropractic care, massage therapy, and lifestyle therapy, our focus is on improving individual lives to become more active and vibrant. Your health is our #1 concern. We practice to help you reach your goals. Our specialty is keeping your body in balance.
You've dreamed and planned. Now you're ready to buy that home, to earn that degree, to take that trip, to build your business, to enjoy your golden years. And Cornerstone Bank will help you get there. We've built a strong foundation for your success. Let's build your future together. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
Welcome back to the DCU Center as we are set for Massachusetts Pirates football tonight. Sharks won the toss. They'll be kicking off to the Pirates, and we are set to go for game number 8 in the season at the DCU Center for the Mass Pirates.
This should be a good one.
Here is Belcher's kick. Just misses the scoreboard, but Gante takes it against the back wall. He's at the 5, 10, 15, and brought down at the 17-yard line as Kennedy made the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 17 for the Pirates.
Nice job by Bagante there. A lot of times you see guys kind of dance around trying to make a lot of moves when they're returning those kicks, but he didn't make any moves. He had the ball and it was just straight up the field. Puts the Pirates in pretty good field position here to start it off.
Sean Brackett will be the quarterback tonight, as he has been in almost every game for the Pirates. Devin Brown, Marty Gilliard, and Levon Pearson start as your receivers. Thomas Claiborne's the center. Fred Ruff and Cornelius Lewis start up front, and Deshaun Johnson will be your fullback tonight for the Pirates, who come in undefeated at home. Jeremiah Price, Keith Bowers, and Damon Jacobs, a pretty full big force up front for Jacksonville. Silverberry Mahan and Brandon Rowe are the linebackers on 1st and 10, 17-yard line. Pearson goes in motion. Brackett drops back. He's looking Pearson, going for Gilliard, and that is caught. It's right near the goal line. Touchdown! One play, one pass, one score. Marty Gilliard with his 9th touchdown catch of the year.
Well, we talked about it, that this game had the potential to have a lot of fireworks, be very exciting right away starting the game like that. There was a little bit of confusion for the Pirates getting on the field there, but a great job of Brackett taking a shot there, a little discombobulation in the defensive backfield for Jacksonville, and what a catch by Marty Gilliard right against the wall.
32-yard touchdown strike. One play, one score, 13:30 on the clock, and here is Ali Mortada on for an extra point. The placement down, the kick is on the way, and this one is good. The Pirates with a quick 7-0 lead right out of the gate.
This is just carryover from week 2 when these two teams played. As exciting as that game was down in Jacksonville, this one just kept on going.
So Marty Gilliard with his 9th touchdown reception. And for Sean Brackett, that is his 30th touchdown pass of the year. That's a nice round number.
Yeah, I think he'd like to see a lot more of those round numbers as the year goes on. And I think we're all going to see that, especially as this team just gets more cohesive.
Ali Mortada has a big leg. He has 7 deuces. For those of you who are new to that term, if you kick it through the uprights on the kickoff, you get 2. Here's his kick. It's on the way. It's long, and it is a deuce. His 8th of the year, 2 points. And the Pirates now lead it 9-0.
You know, talking to Coach Ishmael earlier, we talked about kickers are always very valuable. In this game, with the new set of rules, with the deuce, they are even more valuable than ever before, and it's really an interesting dynamic. I think it's going to change a lot of different approaches for coaches, and something that not only the fans who are familiar with arena football are going to have to adjust to, but the coaches as well. And you see this, we talk about a fast start, now a touchdown with a good kicker becomes 9 points.
That's impressive. The quarterback at the 5-yard line is Adrian McPherson. Chris Gilchrist, Tom Gilson, and Cody Saul are your receivers. Saul makes the first catch, and he's up across the 10 to the 12-yard line. Nick Haig was in on the tackle.
Well, fast or slow start, one of the things we've gotten accustomed to seeing from the Mass Pirates, especially the defense, is they're very aggressive up front, and they do like to get into it, and they are very excitable. They just have to make sure they keep it in check and don't have any silly penalties.
Going to spot it down at the 12-yard line. Call it 2nd and 3. Give you the Pirates starting defense after this play. McPherson throws to Gilson on a little bit of a screen, makes the catch, has the first down as it was Norrells who pushed him out. Cheatham Norrells, John Hardy Tuliau, and Keontae Northington in the defensive secondary. Nick Haig and Pascal Vacco, your linebackers. John Griggs, the sack leader for the Pirates up front, along with Bill Vaval and Tavares Dantzler.
Well, you mentioned those guys. This is a pretty good defense here for Massachusetts and a really active defensive line. So you see Jacksonville and Coach Burley trying to get the ball in and out of McPherson's hands early there to take pressure off.
And there is Bill Vaval jumping off. It looks like it will be against the Pirates. Tony Marsala is our official tonight.
Offsides, defense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's a 5-yard penalty against the defense. Offside. Turns into a 1st and 10. Right at midfield at the 25-yard line.
And there we see McPherson kind of using that aggressiveness of that Massachusetts Pirates defensive line against them, knowing they're going to be excitable early.
Gilson in high motion. They're looking his way. Pass goes for Gilson, well overthrown and incomplete. John Hardy Tuliau on the coverage.
Good job, especially from Hardy Tuliau there. It's tough when you're one-on-one and you're playing man coverage like that, and the guy has a 10, 12, 15-yard head start coming like that. And a good job there by the offensive line for Jacksonville. They gave McPherson pretty good time, but good coverage by Tuliau there because Tom Gilson was trying to run a couple of double moves there, really get himself free for a deep corner.
You have seen the Pirates on occasion try to jam that man in high motion at the line. It can be effective.
It can be effective, but if you miss, that guy's usually running free.
Here is the big fullback, Derek Ross, who carries from the 25 just for a yard up to the 24-yard line. Ross is a tough customer.
Yeah.
Leads the league in rushing. 11 rushing touchdowns, 170 yards on 53 carries.
Yeah, anyone familiar with arena football and has kept up before, they'll know the name Derrick Ross. Derrick Ross has been one of the most effective running backs, fullbacks, but he's really a running back in this league where mostly it's predominantly passing. He's very effective. And one of the things he can do with that threat of a run, he really can slow down the defensive line because they're always having to keep him in the back of their mind.
To the 24-yard line, 3-step drop. There's a first down pass completed to Gilson along the far sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds by Dantzler. So not really going deep downfield as McPherson, but he's been effective in the short game so far.
Yeah, and sometimes I think this is a good thing. As a quarterback, especially on the road, you kind of want to get your feet underneath you. You don't want to be sitting in the pocket a whole lot. Get them comfortable, get the ball in and out on some screens, quick throws, kind of settles the whole offense down.
Call it the 12-yard line. Quick drop, pump fake to the end zone, well overthrown, incomplete, as he was looking for Chris Gilchrist, his leading receiver, who has 32 catches on the season.
Gilchrist is a nice target at 6'4", 225, and right there, tried to run what we call a slant and go, where you fake the slant, then he takes off down the sideline, trying to use that size there, but good coverage and kind of forced an errant throw, or at least a spot where it was going to take a perfect throw.
So far in this drive, McPherson has completed 3 passes. Gilson in the slot, Gilchrist to the near side. Saul goes in motion, and that ball is tipped and intercepted. It's picked up by Norrells at the 2-yard line, and he's tripped up at the 6. It was knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and Norrells picked it off.
Well, we talked about how active that defensive line is. It's more than just rushing the passer. When you can get your hands up and try and take away that quick game like that, you at least slow things down. But then when you create disruption, put the ball in the air, and a heads-up play there, really a nice job by Norrells to react to that, because he's thinking he's got to come downhill and just hit the guy on the screen, but to see that the ball gets knocked up like that, turn around and contort his body to make a nice play. Now you've really got this move. You know, Massachusetts, we talked about getting a fast start. Now they're really moving in the right direction that way.
I think that was J.D. Griggs who got a hand on the football.
I think it was. Great job by Griggs.
1st and 10, 6-yard line. It is the 20th pick of the year for the Pirates defense. They lead the league in turnovers. Here's a quick toss to Pearson. Makes the catch at the 10. That's good for 4 yards before he's knocked out of bounds. Pearson came into tonight's game as the team's leading receiver with 34 catches.
Yeah, and we've seen kind of the maturation of him throughout the season there. He's really nice big body, really has shown some signs of what he can do, and I think it's going to be exciting to watch him continue to grow in this offense. 8
minutes and 19 seconds to play in our opening quarter. The Pirates with a 9-0 lead over the Jacksonville Sharks. Devin Brown, team's leading receiver as far as yards goes in motion. Brackett drops back with time. He is looking for Brown, wide open, makes the catch across the 15, and they say he's knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line as Dallas Jackson pushed him into the boards.
Well, you can give credit to the offensive line on that one, because that route took a long time. He needed Devin Brown to really sell that he was going to go to the post and then snap it back out towards the corner there, and that takes a lot of time. Good job by Brackett hanging in there, but a nice clean pocket held up there by the offensive line for Mass.
Play goes for 28 yards and a first down. They spot it at the 12, where it's 1st and 10. Brown in motion once again. Brackett drops back, now goes down the middle, and no flag coming out. It was intended for Brown. Good coverage by Dallas Jackson. A collision at the goal line, but no call.
It was close. I think you could definitely go either way there, but you know, at some point also, as an offensive guy, you're always thinking it's pass interference if it's close like that. But you do have to let the guys play, and they're going to make reaction plays like that to go to the ball. So probably a good no call on that one.
2nd and 10, 12-yard line for the Pirates with a 9-0 lead. We're down to 6:50 in the opening quarter. Brackett will send Pearson in motion to the right. From the right hash. Pump fake to the left corner of the end zone. Overthrew Gilliard, incomplete. It was Rush Imatep in on the coverage.
And that's a formation that we've seen the Pirates run this year, where they take the middle guy, they motion him backside, so now you've got the single receiver to the open side of the field. In the weeks past, they've kind of had the choice route, whether he could either go fade or slant. I think that one was just a called fake slant and then go, or that sluggo. And so I think that they're really trying to get on the same page with that one, but they're really trying to incorporate that formation in motion.
Gilliard to the right, Brown on the left. They will send Gilliard to the left as well, so 3 receivers on that side, and they hit the trailer. That is Brown, who makes the catch at about the 7. He was hit hard and knocked out of bounds by Seth Ellis.
Good recognition there by Brackett. They really fell into a 2-deep zone, did Jacksonville, and there wasn't going to be much downfield, even though the Pirates were going to try a couple of double moves with the receivers. So just take the short one, get it in and out, and then get yourself in a manageable position.
4th and 8 with a 9-0 lead. The Pirates will try to add more points and go for a touchdown. They can get a first down at the 2. 3 wides, go to the right. And now Brown will be in motion on the right. Brackett drops back to the 15, now goes down the middle, and it's incomplete. The route went to the right, the pass went to the post.
I like what they tried to do there with the stack formation and the motion, use the speed of Devin Brown. That one, again, I'm sure he and Brackett will talk on the sideline, but he may have had the option to either take it across the back of the end zone where Brackett threw it, or if he didn't think he could beat the defender who was trailing him, snap it back out and throw it high there. But that was going to be a real tough throw for Brackett. There was a little bit of pressure in his face.
Second possession for Jacksonville. As we mentioned, they came in on a 3-game win streak. After winning the opener, they lost 3 in a row. Had a lot of new faces join the lineup, including their quarterback, Adrian McPherson, and they've been winning ever since. Saul goes in motion. Here comes a bow and a speed rush, and he had to get rid of it. Now, the Pirates say intentional grounding, but they say the pass went to the outside. There was a receiver somewhere in the vicinity, so it's incomplete.
Yeah, they ran that backside motion, and they pushed Saul in there. They used the jack linebacker here to kind of come over. They were fortunate because they were really what Jacksonville was really trying to get Derek Cross to go down the middle here, and we do have a flag. Let's see if they get him for intentional grounding.
I will say this. Amir Ishmael is one of the most vociferous coaches in this league. They do call intentional grounding.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Coach Ishmael is going to say he was close to the end zone for a safety.
I thought intentional grounding was a loss of down.
Should be a loss of down, but it's also a spot foul, and I think he was saying that when he attempted the pass, he was in the end zone there.
Right now, the scoreboard says first down. It was a 5-yard penalty. They start the clock. The marker says second down on the far side. Now they reset it to 1. So they're calling it first, and I think they're going to change it. It is changed.
Yeah, should be a loss of down here.
So 2nd and 15. Deep ball here for Gilson. Got behind the coverage, and he hangs on and makes the catch at the 6-yard line.
Well, much like we had to give credit to the offensive line for Massachusetts on a couple of plays in the first series, good job by Jacksonville's offensive line there, because you've got McPherson drops into the end zone there, and that was what we call a sail and go. He runs, it's like a bad out or a corner as a sail, but he runs that and then he takes up off the sideline. That takes time to develop. And a nice throw by McPherson. Gilson there kind of didn't have his feet underneath him, but was able to concentrate well enough with pretty decent coverage still, hands in the face there to make that catch.
It's about a 38-yard gain. 1st and goal. Football spotted at the 6-yard line. Quick toss to the tight end, overthrew him, incomplete. Well, we talked about Glenn Hazley with a couple catches this year, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, Jacksonville brought in a heavy package, so they took out a couple of receivers and put in some bigger guys there.
Massachusetts. The Mike linebacker blitzed.
half the distance, automatic first down.
So it's going to be a half the distance penalty. I think the
Jacksonville's going to leave in
was
this
moving.
heavy package.
So it turns into a 1st and goal as they spot it, call it the 4-yard line. And now the big fullback got to the line of scrimmage. That is Derek Ross, and that's all. Nick Haig in on a tackle along with Griggs.
Yeah, good job, because Derek Ross has made a living on this, especially inside the 5-yard line for a long time. You can expect to see a heavy dose of him doing that throughout the game. Good job by Massachusetts being ready for it.
So no gain, 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And
2:57 on the clock moving.
Now we see that they've put the receivers back in and gotten away from, maybe we shouldn't call it the heavy package, maybe the big package.
Big package.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ross is out there. He's always part of a big package.
Mm-hmm.
Gilson wide to the far side. Vaughn comes in motion. Looking his way to the corner. It's caught, and that is a touchdown. Antonio Vaughn missed the last few games with an injury. That'll be his 26th reception of the year. Touchdown catch number 7. And the 11th touchdown pass on the season for McPherson. And so now Jacksonville on the board, trailing 9-6.
Yeah, this is a nice route by Antonio Vaughn. He just runs straight through, really doesn't give you an indication of which way he's going. And that's called a pylon route, and you take it back to that front pylon there, and it's got to be good timing, which it was by McPherson.
Here is Nick Belcher on for an extra point. McCain, the holder, the placement down, the kick on the way. This one is good. So the extra point goes through, makes the score 9-7. Pirates leading Jacksonville with 1:52 to play here in our first quarter tonight. Pirates up 9-7 as Nick Belcher is set to kick it away. Bones Bagante had a 32-yard return on the opening kick. And let's see if he can bring this one back. No, it goes into the crowd. It'll be a touchback. So the Pirates will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I'm looking where Belcher's kicking off from. He's really moved the ball away from the middle of the field. Pre-game, he was having a hard time with this scoreboard. He was finding it with regularity and hitting it up there. He's got a strong leg, so he's got to be careful, but he did make the adjustment here as the game started to move the ball really to the side so he doesn't hit that too often.
We saw Ali Mortada ringing off the scoreboard a couple times the last time the Pirates were at home. So kickers finding the nuances here as we get to the midway point of the season in the DCU Center and making adjustments as they go. 1st and 10, 20-yard line for the Pirates. For Sean Brackett and company. Bagante lines up in the slot on the near side. Gilliard will be in motion. Looking for Gilliard, makes off, catch over the shoulder, inside the 10, and they say he was touched by Jackson out of bounds.
Gilliard letting Jackson know everything there, but when you've got the speed of Gilliard, he really pushes this to the middle of the field, and a good throw by Sean Brackett, getting it to the wall. But when you've got a guy that's as fast as Marty Gilliard is, you're really going to get the DBs to back up, especially in man coverage like that. And you can throw those 3-step sail routes and get a lot of that stuff in front of them.
1st and goal at the 6. Brown will go in motion. Brackett looking now to the outside of Gilliard, makes the catch at the 5 and got 1 yard on the play. That's all.
Another kind of new wrinkle here with at least the formation. They went into the bunch to the same side, the trips bunch. And again, Jacksonville falls off into a 2-deep coverage, so really the only option Brackett had was to hit the check down Gilliard there up against the wall.
The tight end on the far side is Ruff. 8 seconds left. This could be the last play of the first quarter. Gilliard in motion. Brackett looking for Gilliard. He was touched, and the flag comes out. So let's not go to the end of the quarter yet, as we have an a defensive pass interference call. It'll be an automatic 1st down. inside the 5-yard line. Now the Sharks are saying the ball was uncatchable.
It's on the defense prior to the pass being thrown. Half the distance, automatic first down. That is the end of the quarter.
So when we come back to have the second quarter, the Pirates will have it 1st and goal inside the 5. Pirates lead it by a score of 9-7 at the end of 1 as you're watching the Pirates on NESN and listening on 98.9 Nash Icon.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspiretsfootball.com today.
Thirsty is a state of mind, a passion. Thirsty is taking the lead, a will to challenge the world. But first, challenge yourself. Defy your world. Defy your thirst. V1.
What's up? I'm Tom, and this is Two Things with Tom. Thing number 1, Worcester Railers hockey is family fun. Bring the family and have a blast at the DCU Center in Worcester. Thing number 2, Worcester Railers hockey is wicked affordable. Railers tickets start at just $15. Enjoy a great night out with your family or friends. Hockey is back. Hockey is back in Worcester. Give us a call, go to RailersHC.com and come see us at the rink.
Welcome back here to the DCU Center. 15 minutes on the clock as we are set for the second quarter. The Pirates looking at a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, and right now we're joined by Harvey Lange, linebacker for the New England Patriots.
Hey, Nick, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's see what we have transpiring here as Brackett's going to lead them up. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Ruff is the tight end on the near side. Gilliard will be in high motion on the right. Handoff goes to Deshaun Johnson, who got back to about the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 2. So Harvey, welcome, and what brings you here to Worcester?
Oh, you know, just the Pirates in general. I just want to come out here and show some support and watch the game. You know, with them being their first year and their first season, and me being my 2nd season out here in New England, I just want to be affiliated with the teams around me and, you know, come out here and support them.
Fantastic. 2nd and goal, 2-yard line. Brackett sends Gilliard in motion. Hand off to Gilliard, has a block, cuts it back inside, got down to about the 3, and that's all. Here, 3rd and goal, they mark it at the 2-yard line. Gilliard in motion, Brackett looking. Now he's going to pull it down and take it himself, but he jumps over the goal line. Now, did he get over the goal line before he fumbled it? He went up in the air. Did he break the plane before he lost the handle on the ball, which was recovered in the end zone? No signal for a touchdown. No signal for a fumble recovery. Big discussion at the goal line with Tony Marsala and his crew. Touchdown. So it looks like the call is going to be that Brackett broke the plane and not a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Well, Marty Gilliard did recover the fumble, and we'll see from this angle if we can tell if Brackett still had possession when he crossed the goal line.
That's really close.
It's real close, and without a camera angle right down the line, I think that's going to be, again, a situation that's tough to overturn. The evidence just may not be there.
Well, regardless, it was called a touchdown on the field. Now you have a potential challenge coming up.
Let's see if this
from
angle
Sia
gives
Burley.
us.
He was airborne. He held the ball out. I'm going to say it was a fumble recovered by Marty Gilliard.
And I'll play devil's advocate. I think he still had the ball.
After further review, the ruling on the field is that the ball hit the end zone sideboard, causing it to be out of bounds prior to Massachusetts recovering it. Therefore, it's a touchback, first down, Jacksonville.
Wow.
You two are right. I was overruled, and I'm not sure what Coach Burley, apparently it was never in question if Sean Brackett crossed with possession or not.
So they're going to bring the football out to the 20-yard line for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Tampa Bay, or rather, Tampa Bay, for Jacksonville.
So this team here are the defending champs, I hear.
This is true.
Yes, Jacksonville is.
They were a longtime member in the AFL and went to the National Arena League a year ago. Here's a quick toss that is complete from the 20-yard line.
Harvey, I'm always curious.
Yeah.
You know, you come to the game, do you see yourself, I've talked to guys who have played in the NFL and then and did end up playing arena football for a little bit. Could you ever see yourself, and certainly we want you to stay with the Patriots as long as possible, if you're ever forced in a situation, could you see yourself adapting to a game like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. The thing is, with guys like us football guys, you know, you played football, I played football. Football's football.
Yeah.
So if somebody tries to take that away from you, you go find football somewhere else. And this is a great way to come and play football. Things are a little bit different, but it's the same concept, and you still have everything that football has to offer. So
Here is a pass to Gilson for 6. And the Jacksonville Sharks have taken a lead with 11:16 to play here in the first half.
Well, and we talk about the adjustment. Adrian McPherson is a guy who, from Florida State, was drafted in the NFL, but he's made the adjustment to the arena game. Here you can see he kind of takes a one and shuffle, and that's one of the things you have to adapt to. And then you just let go of the ball early there. You throw it a lot earlier than you're used to with the anticipation. He does a nice job to Gilson.
Here's the kick from Belcher. This is on the way. This one is good. And with 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play, all of a sudden it is now 14-9 Jacksonville. Here is a kick from Belcher. He's not trying for a deuce. It goes out of bounds. It'll come back to the 20-yard line, so it'll be a touchback. So here is a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Sean Brackett. Sends Bagante in motion, who makes the catch. It's a 5-yard gain up to the 25-yard line as Rowe is in on the tackle.
what I've observed with the Sharks on offense, they love their tall wide receivers. McCain has an arm. These explosive plays that they've been getting. You know, they caught that ball off this side of the field over here. They caught this ball in the end zone with that post over here. It's just they stretch the field very nice with their tall wide receivers and with their quarterback McCain with that arm.
Yeah,
strong arm.
And Coach Burley will definitely use the players he brings in the system he likes.
Here's a handoff to Johnson. Big hole. Rumbles off tackle on the left. Crosses the 20 down to about the 17-yard line.
Now, one of the dynamics, Harvey, is the fullback in the arena game is usually your most athletic lineman. So he's 275 would be a low number as far as weight goes for those guys. They usually can be 300 plus, but they're pretty athletic. That's kind of one of the fun things for a defensive guy. Can you imagine tackling him? You've got some speedy guys that you've got to go after in the NFL, but how about just the load like that?
I could only imagine, you know, giving a D lineman or O lineman a football and having him lower his shoulder pads. Gosh, man.
Well, here's the nose, 6'3", 290, Damon Jacobs.
Offside.
You're probably up the ibuprofen.
Yeah.
First down.
So the defense is offside, automatic first down.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing too that I've noticed in the AFL. You know, penalties are huge. They will, you know, that they're very costly in this with the field length, and you know, you want to keep those at a minimum, man. Those are huge.
Absolutely.
3 wides come to the right.
I could have used you giving that pep talk to some guys over my years of playing.
Oh my.
Bagante actually is Brown now in motion, looking Brown's way, and he went deep. Bracket through to the marker, incomplete. You know, J.J. Raderick, we have to say, played in the AFL in Iowa. There was a guy named Kurt Warner, maybe you heard of him. He broke all of Warner's records, so he can talk a little bit. He's got that liberty.
And so really what Mick's doing is offering, if Tom would like some pointers or some advice, if there's anything that he thinks he may be missing.
Well, the only advice you can give him is tell him he needs to cut it out with his avocado ice cream.
His avocado ice cream. Okay.
Not going over very well?
I don't know. Maybe not just for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. 12-yard line.
My guess is if he gives it a shot, it'll probably work.
Brown goes in motion once again. He's on the left. Bracket looking, now throws underneath. Bagante, touchdown! Bagante makes the catch for his 2nd touchdown of the year. 7:40 to play here, and the Pirates are back.
This is a really nice throw by Sean Bracken. This is tough. This is man coverage, and he actually throws it to the stationary receiver, Bagante, who comes through here, and the DB actually has pretty good leverage, but a perfectly thrown ball out there on the out route keeps him running towards the wall there.
Here is Ali Mortada for his extra point attempt. It is good. So it's 6:35 to play here in the first half. The Pirates go back on top, 16-14 over the Jacksonville Sharks. Here's Mortada's kick, just under the scoreboard, and it will go into the crowd. It'll be a touchback. It'll be out 1st and 10, 20-yard line.
I think the biggest misconception, back to your question, is being a part of the NFL and it being so glamorous and how it's shown in the media and to everyone. It is a great accomplishment, but the biggest thing is I just feel like it's more of a business thing. You can't really take anything personal. You can't take anything. You know, when I thought going into the NFL, I thought maybe I still will find, like, you know, lifelong friendships like you do in high school and college. But, you know, when you get to the NFL, it's more of, you know, business, and you need to do your job and I need to do my job. And that was something huge for me that was different, you know.
So that do your job thing really rings true.
Yes, you know, and it is you know, it's a good and bad thing, but for me, I'm a very, you know, I charismatic person. I really care for other people and want to get to know them, but sometimes you just gotta, you know, business is business. So
McPherson has Vaughn in motion. He's looking deep, overthrow him, incomplete. Tuliao was defending on the play.
Pretty good coverage by Tuliao, although Vaughn, the speedster that he is, did have a step there. And McPherson, when he goes back and watches that one, may just another half second there. If he lets him get into there, use that speed out of that double move there, he probably runs underneath it. Well, and Harvey, I think what I really like what you said there is you said it's such a business, and I think sometimes as fans or armchair quarterbacks, we sit there and you have fantasy football, and you forget that these are humans who have families, and they're going to have to up and move, and a guy will be looking over his shoulder constantly whether he's got a job or not.
Yeah.
2nd down, here is Ross, and the big fella breaks the tackle, has a 1st down and more as he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line.
And the fans that are watching and at the game, and Harvey, Derek Ross, I've had the opportunity to play against him for many, many years, and he's as good a running back. I know he spent some time with the Kansas City Chiefs, was on the HBO series Hard Knocks when they had that back in 2007, and he's been doing this for a long time. Again, you don't see a lot of running, but when you've got a guy like Derek Ross who can move and is athletic with those feet, he really brings a new dynamic to an offense. He's a coordinator's dream because of all the different twists and turns you can run with him.
4:37, Pirates lead it, 16-14. Jacksonville and a whole bunch of people offside. Now, were they drawn off or was just Nick Haig showing
Offside,
his 40 time?
73 on the defense.
It's
5-yard
defense
penalty,
offside.
First down.
5 yards.
I don't even think you need to call a number there. You could just say the entire defense.
It puts the ball at the 10 where it's going to be first and goal.
The only one who didn't jump off sides on that one was probably the ball boy. I think everyone was moving.
So the Sharks are driving, trying to take the lead back, down by 2 with 4:20 to play in the first half. And McPherson will send Gilson in motion in the slot left. Looking his way now, goes underneath, it is tipped. Did Vaughn hang on for the touchdown? Yes, they say Vaughn hangs on for the touchdown as he juggled it right at the wall and was able to bring it in.
This is a really nice job by McPherson. One, he did have good protection and good time there from the offensive line, but you'll see he wanted to go to the left, and a really good job, especially in this game. You're thinking get rid of the ball quickly. For him to hang on as long as he did and come back to his backside receiver and Vaughn there, that's really a veteran move. And I think we're going to see a challenge of whether he held on to it or not and was in bounds.
All right, now here is what comes into play. They're going to review this, and here's why. Just as Brackett had the ball and he fumbled it into the wall, as a receiver, you can make a catch off the wall. But in this case, it hits the receiver in the hands first, goes to the wall, he kind of juggles it and then takes it over the wall. Here's the call from Tony Marsala.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Ooh, Vaughn with a touchdown, and the fans don't like it, and neither does Amir Ishmael.
Well, it's my understanding that the ball, he never had possession originally to ever call it a fumble. Once he regained it, I think that was kind of the final say.
Here is the kick by Belcher. It's on the way, and this one is no good. So with a kick no good, Jacksonville now has a 20-16 lead over the Pirates with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to play here in our first half.
We get another look at it. McPherson kind of that snap throw backside, and Vaughn, yeah, never really had it, so it would ever be considered a fumble, but yeah, he seems to reel it in right there. And when he came back over the wall, he still had possession. So tough one to overturn. Someone just needs to tell him he only gets 1 score for catching it that many times. You don't get 3 or 4.
Okay, nice.
That hasn't changed in arena football,
Okay,
Harvey,
good.
so that wouldn't be anything different.
So 3:02 to play. 20-16. The Pirates trail, have the football at the 20-yard line. Brackett, quick toss. Gilliard makes the catch. He's at the 20. Cuts, now cuts back. Still going to the 10-yard line. Marty Gilliard with a nice catch and run to set up what looks to be first and goal for the Pirates.
Well, Marty Gilliard was a really dynamic player at the University of Cincinnati. And here, again, they just use the speed of Devin Brown, which stretches the defense back, leaves it wide open underneath, and nice block by Pearson downfield, and a nice shot by Gilliard getting as much as he can. And isn't it amazing, Harvey, how one play can cover so much?
Yeah.
And it happens often. It certainly can happen in the outdoor game, but this one, it's pretty prevalent.
Here's Brown in motion, high motion. Pump fake, and to the back
What
of
a
the end
throw!
zone. That's a great catch and a touchdown! Marty Gilliard climbs the wall and holds on for 6. Wow.
Well, I like having a defensive guy recognize what a great throw that was by Brackett, because that pocket was collapsing on him. And I think he even took a pretty good pop there. It looked like his helmet jarred. But you see Brackett, pretty good pocket to start, and then everything comes in. He double clutches. There's one place he can put it and shoot. It looked like the fan in the first row was the intended receiver.
This kick is good. Pirates back out front, 23-20 with 1:05 to play, and we will get a return here from Kennedy. Kennedy brings it out from the back wall across the 5 up to about the 8-yard line. That's about a 16-yard return, the 8+8 by Kennedy.
Really good coverage by Massachusetts, because Kennedy can be very dangerous with the ball.
And we have reached the 1-minute timing rules. Now, as you notice, the clock runs in arena football until you get to the final minute of the first half and the final minute of the game. Then it becomes like a normal timing rule where you can get stoppages. Quick toss, and that was behind the receiver, as it was Gilchrist running more of a go up the sideline, and that was more of a hitch to the far wall, incomplete.
I've seen a few times of miscommunication on both sides from the quarterback and receiver.
2nd and 5 at the 13. Quick toss, first down and more. Catch made by Gilchrist up to midfield, as it is John Hardy Tulia who comes up and makes the tackle.
That is great advice. You know, the coaching point you just said, you know, that motion that comes all the way down at the line of scrimmage. If you're anybody coming off the ball, D-line, that jack linebacker, you should know when the ball is going to be high.
33 seconds left, 1st and 10 at midfield. Here's a toss underneath. Gilchrist makes the catch, goes out of bounds across the 20 to about the 17-yard line as he makes the catch.
So Harvey, this is a good example of what I was talking about. Jacksonville now, at 28 seconds, they're going to try, at this point, unless they get a score here, they're going to try and score with as little time as possible, being such a short field. They don't want to give Massachusetts any opportunity with the possessions coming out after halftime.
Because Jacksonville will have the ball to start the second half.
Wow.
So you want to try to score, not let them get the ball, then come back and get that score to start the third quarter.
They can, if they take advantage of that, they, you know, the Pirates can be in big trouble, but let's see if their defense can stop that.
That is Vaughn in motion, and they're looking his way, makes the catch, and he is in for the touchdown. Third touchdown of the night for Antonio Vaughn.
Now this isn't, tagging along what we were talking about, this isn't the worst thing for the Pirates. As we see McPherson, quick 3-step drop. Again, with the threat of Vaughn and what he can do, you see the defensive backs playing kind of off coverage there, lets him run up the wall. But this isn't the worst thing for Massachusetts because they still have 22 seconds. You can cover a lot of ground in 22 seconds. You'd like to have the lead knowing Jacksonville's got the ball coming out of halftime.
Kick by Belcher is good.
So with time being, you know, a short time till half, as a defense, do you want to expect passes to come to the outside and you want to have inside leverage, or do you, because you do never want to give up that middle field, right?
Great question there.
In arena football, how would it do? Would you allow them to come inside so you can keep the clock running, or do you want to kick them out?
It depends what the defense decides. This is really a gray area whether Jacksonville, they may onside to try and either get the ball back or try and get it back again. This is a tough one at 22 seconds, but to answer your question directly, it's much like the outdoor game where you will take away the outside. Now, if you've kept all your timeouts, then you've got the whole playbook at your disposal and you can still throw the middle of the field. But if you've gotten a team to burn a timeout or two, you know that they've got to go to the sidelines there. So yeah, it's just like the outdoor game where you'll try and funnel everything inside, make them reset, spike the ball, and you still have a runoff if there's a 10-second runoff if there's movement on an offensive penalty. So you want to always get them in that rhythm.
The only reason why I say that is because McPherson threw that to an outside. It was like a 10-yard out. It almost looked like from here, and I would assume, you know, with the time being short, you wouldn't want anybody to catch a ball outside. Maybe hold the outside leverage, make them come back and reset.
Exactly.
You know, make your defense come and tackle the ball. You know, so.
And it just depends how you want to play, but every completion, you were right, and we see here on the onside kick.
That's nice hands by Travis Dantzler.
That's really nice hands, and he took a pretty good pop for that one.
So Gilliard goes in motion. And a throw to Bagante. He picked it off the turf, and it looks like a catch. It is at the 15-yard line, gain of 2.
I would think Massachusetts would have liked to have gotten a little more than 2 yards there. You're really in the same spot, but still at 13.6 seconds, you still have opportunities to go to the end zone. And again, with timeouts in your back pocket, you still have everything you want in your playbook, where even if you catch it in the middle of the field, just get down. Don't try and make too many moves, but still can open up everything.
27-23 Sharks. Bagante is the man in motion. Brackett drops back. He's looking to the out and bounced it incomplete. Pearson was the intended receiver in the end zone as Imatep was in on the coverage.
We keep referring to that. And what they're doing there is they're bringing the motion man to the short side of the field, letting someone like Bagante have that whole field to work there. Now, in games past, we've seen them give him a choice route of either a fade or a slant. This time it was a called out route there, just weren't able to quite connect on it.
So, 4th down situation. Second time we're at the 4th down juncture for the Pirates. They had a 4th and 6 at the 8, where it came up incomplete. So let's see what happens here.
I'm calling if Brackett gets some time right here, he's going to find someone in the zone.
Bagante makes the catch across the middle, and he's in for a touchdown. Goes Bagante, heaves this one up into the 2nd row. Brackett with his 33rd touchdown of the year. Bagante, 2nd of the game, his 3rd, and the Pirates have the lead back with 0.1 seconds to play. So Leal puts it down, kick on the way. This one is good, 30-27, as Mortada has the extra point.
See, as a defender, those are the things that just eat at you after games where you know you had the tackle, you know you covered right, but something just went wrong, the angle went wrong, but then as on the opposite side of the things, as a wide receiver, those are the things you need. Yak yardage, you know, catching and then making yards after contact is huge for wide receivers.
So here is Ali Mortada with 0.1 on the clock. Here is his kick. He's going for the deuce, and he missed it. It's wide. And since the clock doesn't run,
they'll have one more
they'll
play.
have one play with 0.1 on the clock.
And by missing it, now you're at the 20-yard line. You've only got 30 yards to go. So even at 0.1 second, don't leave your seat.
That's
because
right.
Anything can happen.
This ball is spotted at the 13-yard line for Belcher. Here is the placement down. The kick as the horn sounds. It is wide. No good. So the first half has come to an end as the Massachusetts Pirates take a 30-27 lead over the Jacksonville Sharks into the locker room. Harvey Lange, thank you for taking time for us tonight. A real pleasure having you on here.
All right, everyone.
Harvey, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Really
thank
nice
you.
to visit with you.
We have reached halftime as the Pirates lead it 30-27. You're watching the Mass Pirates on NESN and listening on 98.9 Nash Icon.
Massachusetts Pirates football is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
You've dreamed and planned. Now you're ready to buy that home, to earn that degree, to take that trip, to build your business, to enjoy your golden years. And Cornerstone Bank will help you get there. We've built a strong foundation for your success. Let's build your future together. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
Thirsty is a state of mind, a passion. Thirsty is taking the lead, a will to challenge the world. But first, challenge yourself. Defy your world. Defy your thirst. V1.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to Summertime Pro Football, log on to masspirates.com today.
We are back here at halftime at the DCU Center with the Massachusetts Pirates leading the Jacksonville Sharks 30-27 here at intermission. JJ Radderink, we said this was going to be a close ball game like it was in week 2. The teams haven't disappointed us. The Pirates lead it by 3 at the break.
Yeah, this hasn't been anything different we thought. Right away, we start first play of the game. Marty Gilliard makes a great catch off a good throw by Sean Brackett. Hangs on it to a wall. we get to see Ali Mortada here with the deuce. That extended the lead, start the game to make it 9-0. And then we see here the tip by Briggs, the interception. Good job by Mass getting going on the defensive side as well. Bones Bagante off a nice throw, stretches out, gets a touchdown on the out route, and then one of the really impressive touchdowns was Marty Gilliard here. Great throw by Sean Brackett, staying in the pocket, but he goes up there. Ball was intended for somebody in the second row. Gilliard makes a great throw, and then Bagante right here, last offensive play for the Pirates at the end of halftime, hauls this one in and then does a nice job of making sure he gets in the end zone after really good coverage by Jacksonville.
Now the Sharks did miss a field goal as time expired in the first half. They will get the ball to start the second half, so we're a long way from being done. But here at halftime, it's the Pirates with a 3-point advantage over Jacksonville. Coming back in just a moment with the third quarter here on NESN Tonight.
Are you plagued with pain? Feel uncomfortable doing normal everyday things? At Inbalance Chiropractic and Wellness, we strive to keep you in optimal health. Through the use of chiropractic care, massage therapy, and lifestyle therapy, our focus is on improving individual lives to become more active and vibrant. Your health is our #1 concern. We practice to help you reach your goals. Our specialty is keeping your body in balance.
Thirsty is a state of mind, a passion. Thirsty is taking the lead, a will to challenge the world. But first, challenge yourself. Defy your will. Defy your thirst. V1.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspirates.football.com today.
Welcome back to the DCU Center. We are ready for the third quarter. Mick Moninghoff and J.J. Ryderink tonight. Here is Mortada's kick. He is looking for a deuce. It's going to be short. It'll come out to the 20-yard line where it is 1st and 10 on the touchback.
Well, when you've got a kicker as talented as Mortada, you know, he's already proven that he can do it. A lot of people may say, well, you want to defend and put your athletes to run down there and pin them back. I think it's, with that rule, I think it's a pretty beneficial thing to have him. More often than not, it's going to pay off because he's going to get you that deuce.
Well, the defense has to step up here. As the last few times Jacksonville has had the ball, they have found the end zone. As a matter of fact, they have scored on, looks like 4 consecutive possessions outside of that missed field goal to end the half. McPherson back to throw. He is airing it out, going deep, and this ball is incomplete. Now, Antonio Vaughn wanted a flag, and I think we're going to get a push-off. And that would have been Keontae Northington on the coverage.
Pass interference, 13 on the defense. That's a 10-yard penalty, automatic.
So an automatic first down on the pass interference by Northington.
Well, in that case, Antonio Vaughn, pretty speedy. You know, McPherson throws this early, and you see Vaughn does have kind of a step on Northington, so you really just, you want to make sure he doesn't get the easy touchdown, especially coming out of halftime. Now that ball did kind of fall inside, may have been uncatchable, but when you're running with your back to it, you don't know where it is.
Vaughn goes in motion. 3-step drop, and a throw to the tight end on a release, and it was overthrown to Glenn Hazley. Incomplete. Second time tonight they have tried to find the tight end.
Well, we knew that they were going to try and incorporate some more of this here. Slow down that pass rush for the Pirates, but also when you've got dynamic big guys like they do, you want to try and get the ball in their hands. When they go back and see that one, McPherson will just wish he had taken just a little bit off there because Hazley was running there, but nice job by Pascal Vacchio to make that throw a little bit tougher for McPherson.
Vecchio and Nick Haig are the linebackers. Dantzler up front, tries to apply the pressure. Here's a quick toss, completed pass to Chris Gilchrist. It's going to be shy of the first down across the 15-yard line.
Gilchrist, again, we talked about that 6'4" frame earlier. As you get closer to the goal line here inside the red zone, this is usually an opportunity for a guy like that to use that size. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Burley wants to incorporate something in there for him.
3rd and 4 from the 14. Tuliao, Northington, and Cheatham Norrells, the defensive backs for the Pirates. Tom Gilson comes in motion. McPherson looking underneath. Vaughn makes the catch at the 5. Tuliao makes the tackle at the 4.
Well-designed play, and they really caught him in a defense where that was going to be susceptible. The Pirates dropped 2 into coverage. They left the field corner there in the flat, but they bring Antonio Vaughn from the short side here on a drag route with his speed. And in that particular coverage, the Pirates were going to send the jack linebacker more towards the short side of the field, which left a big hole in the middle for Vaughn to run and catch that.
Gilchrist goes to the right. Price in there as a blocker, and the toss goes to Ross. He is hit and going down at the 9-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. Good pursuit down the line by Tavarius Dantzler.
They've really prepared well for that, has Massachusetts, because Jacksonville's bringing in those bigger guys, that package there where they're trying to get more lead blockers for Derek Ross, and he just hasn't been able to have the success that he normally does and punch it in the end zone. So credit to Amir Ishmael and his staff for being well prepared for that.
Called a loss of 4. They put it at the 8. We're at his second goal at the 8-yard line. Now Ross a single setback as the toss goes to Saul. Cody Saul dives forward, and he didn't get really past the line of scrimmage as Dantzler was on the tackle again.
Yeah, very active by Dantzler. Saul had a little trouble with his footing, but I don't think it mattered. Dantzler's been really active in getting outside on those quick screens and those pitches like that. Another nice job there, making sure that wasn't going to go anywhere.
Maybe a gain of 1, so call it a +1 for Saul. 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. This will be a big stop for the defense.
Especially coming out of halftime. We talked about right before halftime how those possessions, you don't want to lose any of them. And so a stop here could be huge.
Gilson will go in the motion, so 3 receivers to the right. McPherson dropping back, looking for Gilson, fires a low and away strike for a touchdown to Gilson, who makes the catch inside the coverage of Keontae Northington.
Yeah, this is a really nice route by a veteran receiver, and Tom Gilson kind of slowed through his motion there as he gets up on Northington, not really giving him an indication of where he was going. Gave him a little bit of move to the corner, and then he was heading towards that front pylon, goes down and makes a nice catch.
Makes the score 33-30. Jacksonville with the extra point here from Nick Belcher. Placement down, kick on the way, and hit the upright, it's no good. No good. And the score remains 33-30, Jacksonville leading with 10:02 to play here in the 3rd quarter. As it's teed up by Nick Belcher. Deep to return is Bones Bagante. Here's the kick. And it bounces off the scoreboard. It'll go back to the 20-yard line.
Here I had given so much credit earlier to Belcher about how he had made the adjustment from the pregame and moved the ball off to the side. But such a strong leg, he hit the scoreboard pretty square on that one.
Here comes the man in motion. That is Bagante, makes the catch, 25-24 with forward progress. And they're gonna push him for a while. He'll push him all the way to about the 20-yard line.
I'm glad that they let that go on. You could kind of see that he got stood up, and then you just saw that collaboration there in the middle of the field. I was curious to see which way. It's kind of like a game of tug of war. So fun to let the refs let them play that out, and he got an extra few yards out of it.
So Bagante makes the catch, good for 9. It was actually good for about 4 or 5, and the scrum pushed him for the other 5.
And Damian Jacobs trying to jump on the pile there. I think might have helped propel it a little bit.
2nd and 1 at the 21. Bagante makes the catch. First down now. Still going. Broke a tackle at the 19 and fell forward to about the 17-yard line. Imitep and Jackson tried to bring him down, but Bagante fought him off for a while.
Well, Bagante's definitely shown that he's going to be a tough tackle and a tough out for them. We saw it on the last play of the first half for the touchdown, and here these last 2 plays, he hasn't gone down easily with just one guy.
That play went for 4 yards. 1st and 10, 17-yard line. Bagante goes wide to the far side with single coverage. Brown comes in high motion on the left. Brackett looking now, goes underneath, juggled by Gilliard, and it's incomplete. That was Dallas Jackson on the play, defending.
Well, that might have been an incomplete pass, but Sean Brackett did a really nice job here. He really wanted to throw to the middle motion, what we call a sail in or a pull route, but the backside corner had fallen off, and had he thrown it, it would either have been picked off or that guy really would have gotten tagged well. So you've already got your eyes looking that way. You try and hit him, but just not much space there. So even though it's an incompletion, it was a good read by Sean.
Now Brown goes in high motion. And going to the corner, that's picked off. That is Brendan Rowe, who came up with a pick at about the 10-yard line, and he returns it up to the, I'll call it about the 12. So the first interception tonight for Brackett, that is his 11th of the season.
Yeah, this one here, just a lot of time, and sometimes you're not used to having that. Sean wasn't, and I think he was trying to hit the drag route there.
7:22 on the clock, 33-30. Sharks lead the Pirates into 3rd, and they're going to run straight forward. I'm going to say a loss of 1 as Griggs is in on a tackle at the 9-yard line.
And Dantzler again, very active. That's about the first time we've seen Jacksonville try and use Derek Ross backed up like that. He's, again, one of the better fullbacks that we've seen, especially when they get down near the goal line, near the end zone, but he's also effective enough. You can run him back when you're backed up in your own territory there. Good job by Massachusetts not being fooled.
2nd and 11 at the 9. Quick look in. Vaughn makes the catch at the 15. Run after the catch up to the 19-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of a first down after the catch.
Really good tackle there by Tuliao. Kind of just stretched forward with that right hand, but had enough strength to get Vaughn by the hip and drag him down. Otherwise, with as dynamic as Vaughn can be with the ball, that could have been danger.
Play went for about 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1. As they spot it at the 19-yard line. So Adrian McPherson has his play. Bill Babau will be over the center as Derek Ziegler brings him up. 6:04 and a clock moving into 3rd. 3-point lead for the Sharks. Quick drop and picked off by Pascal Vacchio. He's going to return it for a touchdown. Vacchio picked it off around the 20-yard line and scampered home untouched. That's his 2nd interception return for a touchdown this season. And the Pirates have the lead with 5:40 to play in the 3rd.
We said they needed something. We said they needed a stop. That could not have been come at a better time for Vacchio. And this concept, it's a quick out route. And as a jack linebacker, the only way you're going to get there, get underneath that, intercept that, is if you are prepared and you start right as you can on the snap, running underneath. And a great job by Vacchio, not only just to get there, but makes a great catch as he stretches out.
3rd interception of the season for Vacchio and his 2nd touchdown return. Call it a 21-yard return. And right now it's 36-33 with a point pending. The Pirates are back out front. Here is Mortada. Wow, that was a nice interception too.
Very nice. I have a feeling this won't be the only lead change we see.
You're probably right. Placement down, kick. And that one looks wide. It is no good. So we have 5 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the third quarter. And the Pirates now have a 36-33 advantage over Jacksonville. And now it is our pleasure to welcome in the president of the Massachusetts Pirates, ladies and gentlemen, former quarterback, although I think he still wants to be a quarterback, Jawad Yateem.
Thank you so much for having me up here. I appreciate that. It's nice, especially being back home. This is where you grow up. I had my junior prom here back in the day, so yeah, right
at the
here.
DCU Center?
Yep,
okay.
Is that Shrewsbury?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. So I'm familiar with a lot of these people, and it's nice to bring a winning product, back home. But we gotta finish this game out. It's a tight one. So.
Plays like that from Vecchio again are going to keep us moving in the right direction on that.
Yeah, he's real headsy. He might not be the most athletic or most physically impressive looking guy in the world, but he's headsy, and he anticipates plays well, just like he just did. He made a nice play on the ball, and that's big for us.
Yeah, he really stretched out and made a real nice catch on that one, and then also knew where he was and got down the field for the pick six. So that was really timely.
And he had one last week. He had a nice pick last week as well.
So now with a 36-33 lead, Jacksonville's trying to come back. There's a flag on the play. The ball falls incomplete. The flag thrown right near the line of scrimmage where usually holding is the call. And Mayor Ishmael says it's exactly what it is, but let's find out. Illegal hands to the face on the defense, so it's going to be a first down for the Sharks.
Yeah, that's one thing we need to clean up. We're probably one of the more penalized teams in the league, so we definitely can work on that discipline. It's been kind of hurting us up to this point. So.
It can be kind of a double-edged sword for you because you've got such an aggressive defense, and they've done a lot of really good things, but sometimes that comes at a cost, and it's either jumping off sides or they get a little too excited, hands to the face, holding, things like that. So it's just finding that fine line. I think they'll dial that in pretty soon. First and
10, 15-yard line, and a three-step drop from McPherson. He is going deep down the middle of the field. There's going to be a pass interference call as Gilchrist had a step on Northernton, I believe, and that's going to be the call right there.
I think that one, you're probably okay. That would have been a touchdown for Gilchrist had they not given him a little tug on the jersey. So a penalty in that situation when a guy's got to step on you, not the worst thing. You don't want to give him an easy one here. And McPherson, nice job stepping up and makes a good throw. I have to think that Norrell's there. If he doesn't grab the jersey, that's Gilchrist is standing in the end zone with the ball.
One of the differences between the outdoor and indoor game, I mean, the good thing about that, it's not a spot foul. So, I think it's a simple 10-yard penalty. So,
yeah, certainly in that situation, you tell the guys, we'll give up the 10 yards instead of the easy touchdown there. So we're okay with that one.
Regardless, first and 10, 25-yard line for Jacksonville as they trail by 3 with 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Pirates have had good pressure. See if they bring it here from midfield. McPherson double pumps, now has a man open and Vaughn, but overthrow him, incomplete.
This looked like some miscommunication on the back end there.
Yeah, good route combination. Coach Burley can come up with some pretty creative designs here. He comes out of a stack and he uses the stationary guy, which normally in this game you send him on shorter routes, but nice job of keeping everything and kind of spreading it out for Vaughn there with as speedy as he is. And that's certainly one that McPherson would love to have back, but good for the Pirates. They've seen that formation now. Hopefully they won't be fooled on it.
Well,
he's a great player too. He had 4 touchdowns against us the first time we played. So
he was injured and now has seen more and more playing time as this game has gone along. McPherson wants to throw to the tight ends, got him. Hazley makes the catch and he rumbles into the end zone for 6. Well, that's the third time tonight they've tried that play. This time it finally connects.
Well, the last time McPherson just threw the ball, just had a little much on it. This one here makes a nice throw. Hazley able to haul it in, and as you see, McPherson falling back, puts enough touch on it. And I do have to give credit to Northington not giving up on the play. You never know what those big guys, if they're used to having the ball, brings them down like that, maybe causes a fumble or something. So you like seeing that kind of effort out of a defensive back, not being scared to go after a tight end like that.
That's a tough play because we definitely scouted against that. I know our scout offense this week ran that a few times, so you would have liked to recognize a little earlier and when it matters. But
what has been the biggest challenge for you, Jawad, putting together a team for the first time here in Worcester?
It's definitely not the football. The football part is pretty much the easiest of all. There's just a lot of responsibilities that you don't really know until you actually do it. Dealing with insurance, workers' comp, housing, negotiating an arena lease, a bunch of different things that come into play that as a player and as a person watching from the outside, you don't fully grasp. And but each day I'm getting better at my job and I'm understanding more about what I got to do and how to go about it. And I feel a lot more comfortable nowadays than I did the first time, first day I did it. So. I'm excited about the way things are going. We got a good product here, and we just got to keep going. So.
Well, I think everyone, in the area and the community, I've had the opportunity to spend a little bit of time going out, and everyone knows who the Massachusetts Pirates are, and I think this thing is really going to grow, and people really have something to cling on to in this area, which is big, and you like to give them their own professional sports team. I know you got the Patriots close, but give them something in the off season, something really close right here. They really are enjoying it, and games like this, they're nail biters. This is where the heart rate increases a little, but these are exciting. This is what arena football is about.
Yeah, I've had to take a few breaths this season. There's been a lot of those. So.
1st and 10, 8-yard line, and a quick look in to the 10. That is caught by Pearson. So a quick gain of 2.
Jawad, I think one of the guys that I remember talking before the very first game of the season, Devin Brown, he not only has earned the respect from his teammates, talking to them as the year's gone on, but every time he goes in high motion, I see defenses really adjusting to his speed. How nice of a surprise has he been for you guys?
Oh, he was a late addition for us. I think we signed him a week before training camp started.
One of the few sacks tonight, well, actually first sack tonight for Jacksonville, as you have Brackett sworn back at the 4-yard line. I think it's only the 3rd time he's been sacked all season.
Yeah, it hasn't happened much, but Jacksonville's found a way to get some pressure on us today, and we just kind of got to buckle down a little more. But going back to Devin, I mean, he was a late addition for us. Coach AP, or Anthony Payton, our offensive coordinator, was, fairly familiar with him from the past. They were in Spokane together. And, he's just a game changer for us. He's extremely explosive, our fastest player. He takes 2 of them most of the time when he's going deep, so he makes everyone else's job a little easier when he's out there. So.
Pearson in high motion here on 3rd and 14. Plenty of time for Brackett. He comes deep for Pearson, complete at the 21-yard line, and he hangs on.
And LeVon Pearson has been as consistent as anyone for us. He's got great hands. It's his first year playing arena ball as well, so there's been a little bit of an adjustment for him in regards to being able to play the game, as you obviously know, JJ. But he's been so consistent for us, and we're extremely happy to have him with us.
We've got to give credit to the offensive line back there. Again, Brackett standing in his own end zone. When you see that different color kind of coming up from underneath there, you know that you've got to get rid of it. But when you have that kind of protection to throw a deep post like that, bail your team out. Great job by the O-line.
We have reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Jacksonville with a 40-36 advantage. 4th quarter coming up as you're watching the Mass Pirates on NESN and listening on 98.9 Nash Icon.
You've dreamed and planned. Now you're ready to buy that home, to earn that degree, to take that trip, to build your business, to enjoy your golden years. And Cornerstone Bank will help you get there. We've built a strong foundation for your success. Let's build your future together. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
Are you plagued with pain? Feeling comfortable doing normal everyday things? At Inbalance Chiropractic and Wellness, we strive to keep you in optimal health. Through the use of chiropractic care, massage therapy, and lifestyle therapy, our focus is on improving individual lives to become more active and vibrant. Your health is our #1 concern. We practice to help you reach your goals. Our specialty is keeping your body in balance.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspiratefootball.com today.
Welcome back. We are set for the fourth quarter. Mick Moddinghoff, J.J. Raderink, and Jawad Yateem, president of the ball club, joining us as the Sharks hold a 40-36 advantage. But the Pirates have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Marching in the red zone. Gilliard comes in motion to the left. Brackett takes a 3-step drop and gets flushed out to the right. Now throws, has Pearson wide open at the 10 to the 5. Touchdown!
Mr. Consistent, Tony, he shows up in the box score every weekend, I'll tell you that.
And it's nice to have a fellow quarterback here for this. And you can speak to Sean Brackett. Does a nice job here, avoids the pressure, and he and I have actually talked about this in the past, where the cardinal rule is you're not supposed to throw late across your body to the middle of the field, but when you've been around, when you know the game, and when you can see all the coverage, and Sean does such a good job of seeing the whole coverage, seeing the whole field, you're okay with him making those types of throws.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing with him. He can move, he's athletic, but he doesn't look to run. He kind of looks more to create and see what's downfield for him. But that's the nice thing about this field being a little smaller than the outdoor game. It's a lot shorter of a throw.
Yeah, good job, like you said, Sean, moving to his right, and then even got his feet set. And even that being said, he had a linebacker underneath that. Still had to make that nice touch throw. And a good job by Pearson making sure he stayed in his view so that he could get him the ball.
I think this league is about as competitive as it gets. Every weekend there's a last-second nail-biter somewhere, in the league. So, I know for us, I think there's been 3 or 4 games where it came down the last possession, the last few minutes of the game. So, it's great for the fans. It's tough on me, but we hope to pull this one out.
You'll sacrifice and develop a few gray hairs so that the fans can have it. That's very kind of you.
I'd like to stay, 28 somehow, but we'll see.
Mortada's kick goes off the back wall, and here's Kennedy, who returns it out to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 10, and a flag comes out late. Now, Jawad, before you go, I was going to ask, of all the things you've done, bringing football here to Worcester this year, what's the most fun thing about the job that you have and the relationship that you've created here in the community?
I'd say it's the game. That's the funnest part for me. Just being able to kind of see your product, execute on the field. Seeing what you put together, seeing how they perform, kind of, see what you put together and see how it does. It's nice. I'm in it for the football, and I enjoy game day a lot, and being able to sit here and watch, my team compete out there, and it's kind of surreal, but I get used to it more and more every week. So, these are the best times for me is game day. So very enjoyable.
I think Mick and myself and everyone thanks you for bringing this here. This is a great opportunity for us, for these players, and for these fans to come out, and such a great product to see, so exciting, and everyone can really be involved in it.
Oh, hey, and it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. We'll keep it going for a long time, and hopefully, hopefully the Pirates are a team to compete with. Going down the line, especially at the end of this season, and we'll see. We'll see. Go Pirates.
All right, Jawad Yateem, thank you for taking time for us tonight. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys, and it's always a pleasure, man. I'll see you guys after the game.
All right, sounds good. That's
Thanks,
Jawad
Jawad.
Yateem. First pass for Vaughn incomplete, so here's 2nd and 10, and they're going deep. There's incidental contact, and no call. The ball goes in the crowd incomplete. So after the incompleted pass on 2nd and 10 at the 21, it sets up a 3rd and 10.
Really nice to have Jawad come up here, and you know, we know how much work he's really invested and how much time and everything that he's done for this, really to get this team to where they're at, not only just to get them here playing, but playing competitively like they have been. So really nice job by Jawad.
3rd and 10, 21-yard line. And that ball's tipped and falls incomplete. Oh, a little push after the play by Sean Louisa, who's just into the game at linebacker. And he got away with a little push. People didn't see it except me, and I don't have a flag, so no call.
But this is a big 4th down now for the Massachusetts defense.
4th and 10, 21-yard line. Defense trying to psych up the crowd. Gilchrist goes wide to the far side, single coverage on him. Vaughn's going to be in high motion. Here he comes. Here's the snap. McPherson back to throw. He's caught, gets away, wants to scramble. There's a flag. He's still trying to get unloaded. Throws to Ross, the fullback, who makes the catch at the 25 and tackled at the 20. He should be a yard shy of the 1st down as Baval caught him from behind, but flags back at about midfield.
Holding. Offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 1st down, Massachusetts.
Big stop for the Pirates. Now, if the offense is able to convert and get a touchdown here, that could really put the pressure on Jacksonville. And that was a time we thought possibly the way things were rolling, we're going to see another lead change. But now the Pirates have an opportunity to just extend their lead.
11:17 on the clock. Pirates 1st and 10, their own 21. Brackett scrambles away from pressure, now throws it away. The closest man was Bagante to the football. It's incomplete.
That's back-to-back plays. And I'm always going to give credit to the quarterbacks there.
As well you should.
Well, it should, but back-to-back plays, a really nice job of getting away from the pressure, especially when they've been in the grasp of the defensive line. And, you know, people may have seen Bones Bagante against the wall here with no one really around him, but if you can't see what's being such a compact field, if you can't see where every DB is, and you've been moving in the pocket, spun around, you don't want to take a chance and try and force something. So very heads-up play by Sean, just throwing it away. It's only 1st down. You came off a big defensive stop. Now you can get back into a rhythm.
Down by 4, up by 2, 42-40. 10:24 to play. Pirates have the lead. 2nd down, Brackett goes back to throw. He is throwing deep, and this is incomplete. There was double coverage on Marty Gilliard. Fans want a flag, none called. The offensive coordinator, Coach Payton, Anthony Payton on the field, sends in the play. Gilliard comes to the near side. Pearson will be in high motion. He'll swing out to the right. Brackett drops back, now steps up and throws underneath. Pagante makes the catch at the 20. Cuts back, 15, still going to the 10, to the 5. Has a player on his back and is pulled down at the 3-yard line. And a touchdown-saving tackle was made by Brandon Rowe.
I wish Jawad, your team was still in the booth. He and I could have a quarterback discussion. Just what he said, Sean Brackett, very athletic, steps up in the pocket here and doesn't just look to put his head down and run. Still looks downfield, finds Bones Bagante, who makes a really nice run here. Thought he was going to get close to the end zone, but really good job of just keeping himself open there on the wall, and a great job by Sean stepping up and finding him.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line. The fullback is Deshaun Johnson. Man in motion, handoff goes to Gilliard. He stood up at about the 2.
Neither team really has had much success running the ball inside the 5-yard line there, which is interesting because they've actually had pretty effective running games throughout the season. So you got to give credit to the defensive coordinators and the defenses for taking that aspect of the game away.
Throw to Bagante went for about 26. The run by Gilliard gets 1. It's now 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Pirates with a 42-40 lead with 7:57 and the clock moving here in the fourth quarter.
Fullback Sean Johnson is set just a little bit to the weak side.
And he has the handoff. He gets to the goal line. Did he break the plane? They're going to call him down at the 1. Johnson picks up a yard down at the 1 where it's 3rd and goal. Not all that bad because the clock keeps running and it takes more time off the clock.
It certainly does. And you would think that being really inside the 1 yard line here in 2 plays, you can probably get it in the end zone.
Well, in the last home game, it was Brackett who would keep it himself. Johnson would kind of pick him up and throw him into the end zone. And that's exactly what he does here, but the ball came loose. It's recovered by Jacksonville at the 4-yard line, and it is Seth Ellis who returns it out to about the 10.
This is a tough one. This is really a tough one. Sean, see if he gets the snap clean. Tough to tell if he really had good possession of it, but he'll learn from it, and instead of going over the top, he might put his head down next time.
So from the 11-yard line, here's a quick toss to Gilchrist. He makes the catch. He's up to the 15. That is a gain of 4, where it'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 15-yard line.
You mentioned the clock. Things are moving quickly now. We're under 7 minutes. Now another minute or 2 of game clock rolls off. And that's really when you start to think about the timing and the scoring, and that's when things start to get a little bit creative for these coaches. So depending on how this drive goes, we might start seeing the games that coaches play on the onside kicks and trying to mess with timeouts and the timing.
So here, 2nd and 6 at the 15 for the Sharks. McPherson wants to throw. He is going deep. He's looking for Gilson. Overthrew him, incomplete. It was almost picked off by Keontae Northington.
Adrian tried to throw that awfully early on a corner route.
And there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 47. Illegal contact to the head. It's a 10-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So the ball gets moved up to the 25. It came after the play. And McPherson wants to throw underneath. Gilchrist makes the catch at the 19, and he shoved out of bounds quickly by Norrells.
Jacksonville's really trying to use some different motions here. Some teams call that return or a moon type thing because you look like you're making a half-crescent moon where you take the backside receiver, make him think that he's coming around to the strong side of the trips, and then keep him on the short side of the field. But they're trying to mix up some things. I wouldn't be surprised if they use these different types of motions for some sort of gimmick play later on.
Here we're looking at 2nd and 5 at the 20. And a throw to the fullback, incomplete and almost intercepted. Again, this time by Vecchio, who already has a pick 6 tonight.
Yeah, he almost had an opportunity for another one there. And Derek Ross is awaiting Adrian McPherson coming back to the huddle. He still wants to talk about the previous play. They had some sort of miscommunication on their end.
So here we go. 3rd and 5 at the 20-yard line. 4 minutes and 44 seconds to play. The Pirates lead Jacksonville 42-40. Sharks 20 yards away from taking a lead. Gilson goes in motion, looking his way to Gilson, low and away, incomplete. Northington defending on the play.
And Coach Ishmael asked a lot of Northington there. He pressed the stationary receivers, so really Gilson had the whole field to work. And I watched Jacksonville throw those sail routes, which again is a hybrid between a corner and an out route. And I watched them throw them before the game, and they were throwing them kind of on a line like that. Some teams like throwing those, some teams like to put a little air on it. That might have been a situation where if Adrian had taken 3 steps and thrown it to the corner there, might have had a better opportunity.
Can the Pirates come up with back-to-back stops in the 4th quarter? That's the question here. 3:52 to go with a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, big opportunity here.
4th and 6 at the 20-yard line. There is Vaughn in motion, and they're looking his way. Did he make that catch? He dove. He got it. Touchdown. What a diving catch for Vaughn in the near corner of the end zone for his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Sharks have taken a 46-42 lead.
This is just a good play all around. This is a perfectly thrown ball given the coverage. Tuliao undercuts it just like he should, and Vaughn goes down and makes a great catch sliding into the wall. Really, you can't ask anything more of your defensive back there. It took a perfect throw and a perfect catch, which they were able to convert.
Belcher's extra point is straight and true. So with the extra point good, we have 3:05 to play. The Sharks now lead it 47-42. Bones Bagante will be the returner as Belcher tees it up at the goal line. The Pirates now trail 47-42 with 3:05 to play. Belcher's hit the scoreboard the last couple of times. Here's his kick. This one will go into the stands, a touchback. So here we go, 1st and 10, 20-yard line for the Pirates. Have to go 30 yards for the score, and a handoff, and it is Johnson who comes across the 20 to the 22. Gain of 2 for Deshaun Johnson.
And that may have been a situation where Coach Payton just saw something that they could exploit on 1st down, but I think that they're trying to take as much time as they possibly can here. He's taking time, getting the play into Sean Brackett. Not a bad idea. With as effective as the Jacksonville's offense has been all night, probably a good idea to try and keep the ball last year. And now that you have it, you have an opportunity to do that.
So, 1:54 and a clock moving. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Brackett wants to throw. He's going deep. Pearson makes the catch at about the 2. And he pulls it in. Inside coverage.
Well, right as I say that, they run a deep route on a 5-step. And they confuse me, but unfortunately, there's a flag, and I think this one's going to be coming back.
It was a nice catch. Holding is going to be the call.
Holding, 72 on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
Goes against Cornelius Lewis.
72.
That's unfortunate that it negates such a great throw and such a great catch. But now this may change the philosophy to what I originally said I thought they were doing, where they were going to try and hold on to the ball last.
Goes back to the 12-yard line.
And so this will be real interesting how Coach Payton wants to play this now.
So it'll be 2nd and 18 back at the 12. Pirates got a little making up to do. Pearson comes wide to the near side. Gilliard will be in high motion. Brackett back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, goes for Bagante, overthrew him, and Bagante goes over the boards. Hopefully he's all right. He is.
Bounces back there. Could hear the thud from up here when he hit the ground, so good to see him hop over the wall quickly.
The Pirates backed up in their own end. 3rd and 18 on their own 12-yard line. Gilliard wide to the left. Pearson goes to the right. Now he's in high motion. Looking underneath, the ball tipped and incomplete, almost picked off by Brandon Rowe, who's played a real nice game tonight.
It's a big 4th down coming up. Just like you would expect, Jacksonville dropped off deep into a deep coverage, so really the only opening was going to be that perfect throw where Sean is looking. They take away his middle guy. He's got to try and get a little bit more air, get that over the top, and you will have that receiver there and give him some room to run. But now this is a huge 4th down for the Pirates.
And we're going to have a timeout taken.
And I believe we're going to see a challenge of whether or not the Jack linebacker was still in the box when he knocked that ball.
That's a good call because Brendan Rowe is the Jack linebacker. How far out? Now, does he get to roam 5 yards?
He gets 5 yards, but as soon as the ball is released, he can leave that confined area.
After further review, the Jack was not out of the box. 4th down.
So the call upheld.
Recharge a timeout.
Pirates charged with a timeout. The Jack not out of the box, and it turns into 4th and 18 at the 12-yard line. Pagante will be in high motion. Pearson goes to the wall on the far side. Gilliard is all the way outside on the left. 55.8. Pirates need a first down to keep this drive alive. They need 18 yards as the game hangs in the balance. 47-42, Jacksonville with the lead.
And as a quarterback, all you're telling your offensive line is do whatever you have to, but you've got to give me time. We've got to get the ball downfield here.
And the receivers got to get to the sticks. Brackett drops back, is flushed out. He has to throw it away. Does. Incomplete. He was in the grass, but the pass is incomplete. And Jacksonville will take over on downs.
It's tough. It's really tough when the defensive line knows there's just one thing. They're not worried about a run. They're not worried about a screen. They know that you're going to, and they're not even worried about three-step. So it's not like they slow down to get their hands up. They know that you've got to take 5 steps so they can go as hard as they can upfield and use everything they got on that one play. And Sean, good job escaping there. He was in the grass. He got that ball at least off, but obviously no receivers in the area here. And yeah, when you're in the grass like that, it's just tough. And he was fortunate enough just to get the ball off, but again, no one even really close for him.
So here you're looking at 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line for the Sharks as they lead at 47-42, and they're going to run their big fullback. That is Ross to the 10-yard line for a gain of 2.
Now the Pirates are going to have to burn their timeouts here after Jacksonville gets some positive yardage. Defense has done a great job stopping the run all night. Maybe they can come up with something creative here and a fumble.
Handoff goes to Ross, and he's down to about the 6. And Ross looks to be slow to get up as he went down pretty hard.
Now they did have at least one more timeout.
That's their final timeout. So now it's about 3rd and 4 with the football at the 6-yard line. 40.8 on the clock. Can you keep him out of the end zone? If you do, you might have about 30 seconds to play.
Now 3rd down and you're out of timeouts. You're not going to have a whole lot of time here, even if you stop them if they go for it on 4th down.
So from the 6-yard line, under center. Oh, there's all kind of motion. There should be a flag on that. The quarterback just keeps it himself. The ball did pop out. There's whistles all over. This won't count. That play is blown dead 45 yards ago.
Even a quarterback sneak in this game has been exciting, and we're going to have a discussion about it.
It looked to me as if the offense jumped early.
There was certainly a lot of movement, but a false start or an offsides is not something that you can retroactively throw a flag on, as far as I know. And so I think what they'll end up doing is giving McPherson about a yard, maybe 2 on the rush, and then since they did call him down, I think you'll see the ball about the 5-yard line.
Well, that means if the clock stops, if that's the case, it would be a 4th down.
Yeah, once they set it, though, they'll go ahead and wind the clock because he did have positive yards.
Well, the clock says 30, and the play clock is a little ahead of that, so the clock should run out. So it's going to be a 1-yard gain for McPherson. And the clock will just wind out, and the game will come to an anticlimactic close. 47-42 is going to be the final score tonight as Jacksonville wins this game. They go to 5-3 as the final horn sounds. The Pirates fall to 5-3, and their home winning streak comes to a close. So the final tonight 47-42. Jacksonville over the Pirates. We'll come back and recap this one in just a moment as you're watching the Pirates on NESN and listening on 98.9 Nash Icon.
Massachusetts Pirates football is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
What's up? I'm Tom, and this is Two Things with Tom. Thing number one, Worcester Railers hockey is family fun. Bring the family and have a blast at the DCU Center in Worcester. Thing number two, Worcester Railers hockey is wicked affordable. Railers tickets start at just $15. Enjoy a great night out with your family or friends. Hockey is back. Hockey is back in Worcester. Give us a call, go to RailersHC.com and come see us at the rink.
Thirsty is a state of mind, a passion. Thirsty is taking the lead, a will to challenge the world. But first, challenge yourself. Defy your will. Defy your thirst. V1.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspirates.football.com today.
Welcome back to the DCU Center as the Pirates fall 47-42 to Jacksonville tonight, JJ, and the home winning streak comes to a close. It went down to the wire like we thought. Unfortunately, the Pirates wind up on the wrong end.
Yeah, they've kind of been playing with fire all year. Sometimes these games do go your way, sometimes they don't. The good news is it's halfway through the season. You still have a lot left to play, and this is one of those games you really can learn from everything. You're going to be in these situations again, especially come playoff time, so you go back, you look at things, you realize what you could have done better, how you could have handled it, and just know next time that you're going to run into something like this, and you'll know what to do.
A couple of fumbles near the goal line. When you look at it in retrospect, proved costly for the Pirates tonight.
Yeah, they did, and every possession counts, especially when you're playing a good team like Jacksonville. But again, those are the types of things that you can come back from. Those aren't things where you were outplayed or anything. They were mistakes you made. You can correct those, clean that up, learn from it, move forward, and then you'll be ready for the postseason.
Well, as we said, this game was going to be entertaining. It was that, unfortunately, the Pirates come up on the wrong side as Jacksonville wins this one tonight by a score of 47-42. Now for JJ Raderink, I'm Mick Moninghoff. Thanks for joining us on NESN and Nash Icon 98.9.
Are you plagued with pain? Feel uncomfortable doing normal everyday things? At Inbalance Chiropractic and Wellness, we strive to keep you in optimal health. Through the use of chiropractic care, massage therapy, and lifestyle therapy, our focus is on improving individual lives to become more active and vibrant. Your health is our #1 concern. We practice to help you reach your goals. Our specialty is keeping your body in balance.
You've dreamed and planned. Now you're ready to buy that home, to earn that degree, to take that trip, to build your business, to enjoy your golden years. And Cornerstone Bank will help you get there. We've built a strong foundation for your success. Let's build your future together. Cornerstone Bank, built on trust.
Arena football is back. The Massachusetts Pirates have kicked off their inaugural season and tickets are on sale now. Come tailgate with the Pirates and enjoy great music, great food, and fun for the entire family. Then watch all the high-scoring, hard-hitting action and meet your favorite players after the game. Home games are played at the DCU Center in Worcester. Single-game tickets start as low as $10. To get game schedules, more info, and your ticket to summertime pro football, log on to masspirates.football.com today.